Hello, I'm Kelly, and this is Kelly Loves Books and Movies. And today I am going to talk, I lost my flip, about the hardest reading challenge you could ever do. I know I made a video about it a while back when I decided to do it, and now we're about a third of the way through the year, and how am I doing? Well, let's see. All right, a little bit of stats on the whole spreadsheet. Oh, going back, this was created by QWERTY. It started in July, and it goes through June. The quick reminder of the bingo squares. Read 500 pages in a day. Complete the A to Z challenge. Find a book with 3 or more blurbs and read the book. Well, you can see it. Not going to read them all. All right, so going through all of the squares results in there's 133 squares on my spreadsheet I need to fill, because everyone's going to be a little bit different because of the read for a completed series with 4+ books, and the series I've chosen is 4 books, so going with a minimum there. And then read your name in your full name. So, obviously people have different amount of letters in their name. But with that, those two that are, not the same for everyone, that makes 133 squares. And to date, I have filled in 36 of those squares, which is 27%. So I'm a little behind for third of the way through the year. I have read 24 books that fit into those 36 squares, because some of them you can count like one book for multiple squares. So we will just talk a little bit about, first of all, the 500-page book in the day. I have a plan for that. It's going to be a tough one, but I think being Minnesota this winter, there are going to be days where it's not getting above 0. Hopefully that falls on like a Saturday or a Sunday, and then I could, my plan is to, I'm not going to be leaving the house, so might as well read a book. And I think I'm going to read the Lincoln Highway for that. I'm not 100% sure. I have a couple other 500-page books. Might be just whatever I'm in the mood for that particular day. Oh, going back to also, of the squares, I've actually completed 3 of them. Yay. So 500-page book in a day. I have a plan, A to Z challenge. I've read 9 of them, so I got a ways to go on that. 3 or more blurbs on a book. Haven't done any of that. I keep looking at books at the bookstore thinking this is interesting, and then look at the blurbs if there are writers on there that I'm also interested in. And I kind of have, I have a little bit of an idea of what I might do. I have a book coming from the library soon, hopefully, and I think there's some blurbs on there of writers that I would like. All right, garage sale books. It's read 3 books you got at a garage sales, thrift stores, that sort of thing. I have a couple that I bought at a thrift book sale thing. I don't know. One of them I'm already like, maybe I don't really want to read this, so I'll come up with something eventually, I suppose. 5 AuthorTuber books. That's books written by people, AuthorTubers. I haven't even really looked into that yet, although I have maybe a couple people that I could read. Oh, maybe I could get that Garbology book. That probably would fit there. That's something I might have to do. It probably would count. Oh, crud. I just shut the whole thing. Okay, so that's one, I guess. And then 4+ book series. I'm going to do I've I've read the first of the Thursday Murder Club, and I intend to read the other 3. I keep pushing wrong buttons here. I'm looking at my laptop here with my spreadsheet. Author tubers. Oh, 5 books from 5 small booktubers. So lots of you are small booktubers. I think the definition was under 5,000. So I actually counted A House with Good Bones for that because so many of you recommended that. So I am 1 down on that. I'd imagine almost a lot of what I'm reading is coming from recommendations from you all, so that won't be hard to do, I don't think. Now, 5 books in any other countries or authors from other countries, non-USA, UK, Canada. I have 2 down on there. I read Beartown, which is Sweden, and The Lion Women of Tehran, which is obviously Iran. So 3 more to go, and I have a couple. I don't know if I can. I have a couple of Japanese books that I'm very much looking forward to. So one of them we'll put there. I don't know if the rules say I can't count 2 countries of the same. If I had to have 5 different countries, or I can count 2 or 3. We'll see. All right. The Queer Rainbow Challenge. You have to read protagonist, lesbian, gay, trans, bi, pan, questioning, intersex, asexual. I have read 2 of them, and I'm not going to tell you what they are because telling you which ones they fit into might be kind of spoilers for those books. So I'm 2 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to go. The 5 lowest rated books on your TBR list. I don't keep like a physical TBR list like on Goodreads or anything like that, so that might be kind of hard to figure out, but I can probably just start looking up some of the books I own and see what the ratings are, and I can probably come up with 5 in there. A book direct from the indie author. I have not gotten that yet. I actually was going to buy one at the book festival couple weeks ago, but I didn't really find anything that I really wanted. Let's see. Local author. Go to a local independent bookstore and find a local author. I read Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club from my closest bookstore. Well, this might not be my closest bookstore, but from a bookstore downtown. Then it's spell your full name. So I have, let's see, how many books is that? Like 15? I might be off, but I have not read it. I have not put anything in there yet. So it's a lot of books to go. 5 Spiffbo non-finalists, and Spiffbo is a self-published fantasy blog off. I have a website kind of bookmark that kind of lists everything. This is probably going to be a tough one for me just because I'm not a huge, I am not a fantasy fan at all, but I will go for it. And I have 2 on my Kindle right now that I should be, that I thought looked interesting, so we'll read those 2 and see how it goes. Completed webcomic. That's one I actually did. Yay! That's a green square for me now. I read Lucky Penny, which was cute. New release in the book, or new release read in the month it was released. So far I'm good on there. I got July, August, September, October. November I am going to be reading the next Stephanie Plum novel, and then from then on, I don't know. I don't know what's coming out in December. And like October and November were easy for me because the Michael Connelly next Bosch novel and then Stephanie Plum, those were easy ones for me. Yeah, I guess I got to start looking at what's coming in December. Top 10 book in the year you were born. There's not a lot in the top 10 that interests me, and like number 1 is The Exorcist, and I am not reading The Exorcist, I don't think. Maybe I will, but I don't think so. I'll have to decide. Finished 3 books in 24 hours. One of them has to be over 300 pages or 400 pages. I can't remember. I think 300. So this one's kind of like the 500 book in a day. And the 500 pages in a day, I'm counting as the actual, midnight to midnight. And this one is 24 hours. So 3, if I get up at 6 a.m., I have 6 till 6 a.m. the next day to read it. That's how I'm separating those a little bit. Recipe in a book, and then you have to, a book that has a recipe and then you make that recipe, and it has to be something you've never tried or anything like that or made before. I have a Ruth Rachel book that has lots of recipes in it, so I will probably be doing that unless something else comes along the way that I think is interesting. Genre challenge: fantasy, sci-fi, mystery, horror, romance, historical fiction, nonfiction, literary fiction. And I have read 4 of them. I've read the mystery thriller, I've done the horror, I've done nonfiction, and I've crossed off the literary. A crowdfunded book, I actually should be getting that soon. I did do a crowdfunded book on Kickstarter, and should be getting the actual ebook soon. Rainbow challenge is reading books with the cover with predominantly that color. I've got a yellow already, I've got a purple, a pink, a white, and a black. So I've got red, green, blue, and brown to go. Read a classic and its adaptation. No surprise, I read Huckleberry Finn and James, so that's another green square I've got. And I have talked about that, so we'll move on. 3 books with protagonists, names of people you know. I have gotten 2 down, and I got 1 to go on that, and I can cross that. I'll get another. It's probably the one I'll get a green square off next. And then a book for every season. In that season, I read summer and I did a fall book. And I think winter will be easy to find a winter book. Half my bookshelf is like books that take place in the winter. I don't know why, but just the way it is. Okay, that's all of them. Now, do I actually think I'm going to finish this? Probably not. Am I going to keep trying? Yes, I am. So, that is my update on the hardest reading challenge you will ever do. I'll probably do another update halfway through, so thanks for watching. See y'all next time.